at this absolute free fall. FMC Corporation, ticker symbol is FMC, pays 4 dividends per year with a current dividend yield of 4%. It's down 8.5% just today. And I want to apologize in advance if it sounds like I'm in a war zone. It's Halloween night and we take it quite seriously. So by the looks of it, they had a bad earnings call. They were in a free fall before, and this has just accelerated it even more. So at the moment, it costs about $53 for one share, and it pays 58 cents per share 4 times a year. When you look at it on the graph on Trading 212, it doesn't look too bad, but that's because Trading 212 obviously doesn't have as long of a history on their systems, so it's always important to check the full history. On the plus side though, their dividend payout ratio is only 44%, which is good. Their debt is not too bad, and their profits are not too bad either. So although right now might not be a time to buy, I think it could be a good play in the near future. So I started my position on the 21st of June of 2021, and I'm currently 23, closer to 24% down. So I think that warrants a €15 investment. Have to scoop up those dips. So FMC is a chemical manufacturing company based in the United States, and they provide solutions to growers with a product in crop protection, crop enhancement, and professional pest and turf management. So it's a decent sized company, it has about 6,600 employees. The current value of the company as decided by the stock market, which is the market cap, is about $7.1 billion. It's trading at a price to earnings ratio of 8, and the average for the industry is 23.4. So according to that metric, it's at a good price at the moment. They have a revenue of about $5.8 billion, a healthy enough earnings per share of $6.91, and a reasonable dividend yield of 4%. Their annual profit margin is 12%, but over the last quarter is 3%, hence the bad earnings. FMC's debt to assets ratio is about 70% over the last year, which is quite high, and over the last quarter it has gone up. It looks like both their assets and their liabilities have increased slightly. They have a quarterly debt to assets ratio of about 72%, and FMC's annual cash flow from operating is $582 million, from investing is negative $266 million, and from financing is negative $237 million. It is a pretty harsh looking graph though. Now they're certainly not in a position where I think that they're going to die, but I do think that they will fall a little bit more before they bounce back. Now I'm not going to wait to find out. Trying to time the bottom is not something I'm a fan of, but the cheapest they've been in the last year is about $50, and they're at 53 at the moment, with the highest they've been in the last year being $134 a share. And from what I can see, they do like raising the dividend. Doesn't seem to be much special dividend payments, but it is always nice to see the dividend per share going up and up as the years go on. Now, whether or not they're going to cut it, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like they're in a position where they'll really struggle if they don't cut it. So it's anybody's guess at this stage. FMC has raised their dividends for the last 5 years in a row, and the dividend value has compounded by about 10% per year. So despite the fact that they have had a bad day today, it does look pretty good historically, and they're not in such a bad position that I would really worry about them long term. So to wrap it up, FMC Corporation, ticker symbol is FMC, currently costs $53 a share. It pays 58 cents per share 4 times a year as a dividend, has a current 4% dividend yield, dropped about 8.5% today, so it could have a little further to fall before it bounces back. Their current dividend payout ratio, which is how much of their profits they pay out as a dividend to shareholders, is 44%. Their current debt to assets ratio over the last quarter is about 72%, and their current profit margin over the last quarter is about 2%. So there is certainly blood in the water with this one. Anyway, let me know what you think about FMC Corporation. Do you think it's a buy? Do you think it's a sell? Do you think it's a hold? Or do you think it's a terrible idea? And most importantly, happy Halloween. Stay safe and don't get too spooked out.